everyone. Welcome to the frozen tundra that is Enfield, Connecticut, home of the Geekonomics podcast, home of Bryon and myself. We're here to talk about all things going on in the world of the nerd and so much more. So, as always, we start off with, how you doing, Bryon?
Doing okay, Mark.
Good.
Getting ready?
I'm hopped up on Mucinex. That's why I'm so excited today.
Okay, you're hopped up on Mucinex.
Hopped up on Mucinex.
I'm getting ready for East of the
12
River.
Oh, of course
Comic
you are.
Book and Toy Show, February 23rd, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 2 floors of greatness at the American Legion Hall on Enfield Street, Enfield, Connecticut. Please come join us, will you? Because it's going to be a great time.
All right, another week where Bryon gets to keep living because he's shield for Scott, so that's a good thing.
$1 to get in.
You gotta get that free dollar.
You
don't have to pay to get in.
You got it, baby.
This table's off a little bit. Yeah. Besides that, coming up as well this weekend on Sunday, CliffsCon in Plainville at the VFW, Northwest Street.
I don't think it's this Sunday.
Yes, the last Sunday of the month is this Sunday, isn't it?
Oh.
It's always the last Sunday of the month.
Oh my God.
And this is the last Sunday of the month, so. I.e., CliffsCon's happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so check that out. Matt Ryan, I believe, is going to be there. And a bunch of other vendors as well. It's always a fun show. And also, I won't be at CliffsCon because I'll be helping the Connecticut Trauma Museum run their booth at the Amherst Train Show happening at the Big E this weekend.
Ooh.
Yes.
Look at
4 buildings of model train excitement and other locomotive paraphernalia as well.
So if you're
into anything, if you have anything going on, yes, if you're a hobbyist, a train hobbyist, go there on Saturday.
Trolleys, they got trolleys.
They get trolleys, trains, cars, street cars named Desire even.
They actually bring in an actual train.
They do. They have like a full train now. But yeah, so on Saturday, check that out if you're into that stuff, and Sunday as well. But if you're into comics and trains, Saturday, train show, Sunday, CliffsCon.
Gotcha.
Full weekend of fun and excitement.
You got it. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what else we got going on, Bryon? What do we got going on today? What are we talking about on today's show?
Yeah, so many things happening today.
You are Bryon.
It is Tuesday.
Like I said, Bryon. Why are you shaking your head like I had said a wrong name or something?
No, in my head, I just had so many
I am Bryon.
thoughts. I have so many thoughts running in my head today. It's just
Look
crazy.
like I said your name and you're like, I am Bryon.
No. It's not what I was doing. In my head, I'm trying to think of other things happening in my life. All right. So
it's a busy weekend. You got a lot of stuff going on.
We do. This weekend, we have the second Saturday Night Man event. So we're doing our predictions.
First one of the year.
Yes. First one of the year. Second time they're doing it of this time period, this era of WWE. But also, we got the Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
I finished it yesterday.
Awesome.
We're going to give
While you're sorting G.I. Joes, I hear.
Yes, we're going to give our review.
Let's talk about all that. Talk about all that stuff.
But this past week, I didn't really watch a lot, but some things did happen.
We got a new president. Folks died.
Daredevil trailer dropped last Wednesday.
Trailer dropped, yes.
When we recorded our very first ETV of the year.
Yes, we did.
So Daredevil trailer, Mark, you watched it.
I did.
And the trailer was
pretty
great. Good.
It was great. I was very tempted to send a letter to Disney to thank them for the reshoots because we want to know how bad it was originally. Because this looks amazing. This looks awesome.
It feels in the same vein as the Netflix
exactly.
stuff.
That was what I was going to say. Yeah, it's very much in that same vibe as a Netflix show.
Yeah.
But it has a little bit more snarkiness to it as well, kind of. With
get that
Daredevil himself's character, like not like snarkiness, but like
Matt Murdock.
Yeah, like better writing is what I'm thinking of.
Well, it's really hard to tell. They had them sitting at the diner.
Yeah,
and they had that back and forth. But it wasn't even that. I mean, we come to find out in this trailer that he walked away from Daredevil. And
yes, which he kind of does at the end of the 4th season, I believe.
There was no 4th season, but okay.
Or 3rd season.
The 3rd season. This is the 4th season, technically.
Yes.
So, but the line being because a line was crossed.
Yes.
And we don't know if that line...
That could also... I was thinking of Defenders. It was kind of like a 4th season.
Okay.
That's what...
we don't know if that line was crossed by him. Did he cross the line, or did someone cross the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's ambiguous.
This
we'll
is the
find
stuff
out.
I was thinking of because I was trying to remember everything that happened in the third season of Daredevil and Defenders because it was so long ago at this point that I was trying to it was very weird.
Well,
Trying to think about it. Like even last night during Raw, another thing that made me freak out about how fast time has gone. They showed that Wade Barrett won the first season of NXT in 2000.
All right. Yes.
That was 25 years ago, or 2005,
Wow.
and that's 15 years ago, or something like that.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, some crazy, some nuts thing. I was like, "What are you talking about? Get out of here with your craziness."
Yeah.
Well, because I was even trying to remember the last thing was the fight with Bullseye and Fisk, wasn't it? Wasn't that
That's
the
what I was
last?
trying to. I can't remember. It
I
was
saw
so long
you
ago.
the White Rabbit thing.
So I don't know
and-
if there was something in there that caused him. Because I remember there being something. I vaguely remember there being something in one of the shows, either Defenders or the last season of Daredevil, which would make more sense was Defenders because Defenders happened after Daredevil finished its third season, if I remember correctly.
Well, because the
So
end of
I think
Defenders
something
was
happened in that where he walks away at the end of
Well, didn't they?
Defenders or something.
Was it him they brought back from the dead, or was it Electro they brought back from the dead?
Somebody. I remember there was
And
something.
then
It wasn't
the whole
Daredevil.
thing with the dragon
Might have
under
been
New
Iron
York.
Fist.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back because I haven't
It was
really.
a while ago. It was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of
A lot of stuff has happened since then.
Yeah.
So I can't keep
and
track
like
of
they
everything.
blew up part of New York because of the
Yes.
dragon under the
Yes.
so.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, anyway,
Anyway.
the trailer.
The trailer.
Back
Yes.
to the trailer.
It was really good. It was really
good.
well done. And Punisher makes an appearance in it.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. That
Yeah.
was, I'm talking about the snarkiness, like him saying, hey, can you drop the hatchet?
Yeah.
That, wasn't so much in the first iteration. But yeah, I don't know if the Froggy in the trailer is the original one.
Yeah, that's him. It's the same
It
actor.
didn't look like him.
Same guy. He lost weight.
Oh, okay.
They're all
I was gonna
back.
say, it didn't look like him at all. And I was like,
But I wonder. I'm wondering because we barely got any footage of them.
Yeah.
We just get them walking down the street.
well, a lot
I'm-
more of what's her face.
No, there was only one
Her
shot.
standing in the back of the courtroom.
Barely. I mean,
But I mean, so I
but
mean,
I'm wondering if the reason he says a line was crossed, I wonder if Froggy dies, and that's why he steps back.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
That's my
we'll find out.
prediction. I'm predicting that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So it's
The
interesting.
thing would be to find out if there was something that actually happened in one of the old shows that made him walk away first, before we just start randomly predicting things and not
Why?
knowing.
This is based on the trailer I saw, though. I don't have. I mean, I think.
Because that did happen.
What happened? Froggy didn't die.
No, what I'm saying, but like the Daredevil season 3 happened,
Yep.
and Defenders happened, and they're canon.
Okay.
So if something happened in those shows, one of those, then that would.
You have homework. You
That's
look
what I'm
this
saying.
up.
So that would be the thing to do first before just
Why?
randomly throwing out predictions
Why
that you
not?
don't have any actual information
Why not?
going into.
I didn't watch those seasons, so I am.
That doesn't mean anything. Just
I'm
because you
going-
didn't watch it doesn't mean it didn't
I'm
happen.
going based solely off this trailer.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's what people
Whatever.
do.
No, people get sane people get information first before they just start making decisions.
So we can't talk about the trailer then?
We can. But just to start throwing out weird random predictions without
But
having
the
information.
sad thing is, Mark, there are people that are saying, "Oh, Froggy died. That's why that's the line that was crossed." Like everyone's just assuming, because I guess that happened in the comics.
Well, that's what my
Froggy
prediction is
dies.
because he's barely shown in the trailer, and
Well, he's not like an
He-
important character.
he is one of his friends.
Well, I know that, but it's not like he
Yes.
didn't show
So
Rosario
if
Dawson.
if one of his closest people in his orbit died because of his actions, it would make him step away. That's a very common storyline, a story arc for any superhero. As soon
Well,
as
yes.
a loved one
A sidekick or
dies,
something, yes.
it either makes that superhero or someone pull back
Or
or
go bad.
rethink what they're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my prediction. I can still have a prediction just because I
can.
don't know what happened in those
Sure.
seasons. But next week you can come back and let
I'm
us
not
know.
going to. I'm not going to have that kind of
So
time.
then
I don't
let's
have
not
that kind of
talk
time
about
to
it. Why
do
are we
that.
worrying about it?
I mean, the show's not coming out till March. We have plenty of time to get the information. It's just not going to happen this week.
Anyway, it did look, it very much had the M rating, a lot of blood. There was some pretty brutal shots.
That guy getting his arm broken.
Yeah. It was pretty intense. And, the showrunner is a showrunner from Punisher.
Yes.
So I guess it should be in good hands.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who else reappears. If
well,
they were able
Bullseye's
to,
coming back.
well, if they were able to, there's rumors that
Punisher.
they were trying to get the old band back together, so to speak.
Well,
recruiting the old.
I did notice. I did notice in the Times Square scene, where Fisk is on all the signs.
Yeah.
One of the ads is for the club that is from Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It's a thing advertising for that club.
Yes.
So I would
Which he owns
assume,
now.
yeah,
If I remember correctly.
yeah, because the other two people were killed,
Yeah.
so he took it over.
Yeah. Him and Iron Fist. It's like that's where Heroes
Yeah,
for
it's
Hire
basically
is based out of, I believe.
But so I'm wondering if that's
what
just
I'm
a
saying. So I
subtle
don't know if
hint.
they're going to tap into, because those are all there was all a big world they built. It'd be weird for them not to at least try to revive that world a little bit more.
I'm sure. But I think they want to see how
I
this
wouldn't
does.
be angry with more Jessica Jones.
That last season was okay. They need to do something different with her character if they bring her back. I feel like the characters can come back.
Yeah.
But they just need to see how this season
Well, not like its own show, I'm saying. If they were just spot cameo kind of things in this, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, they got to be smart about it. See how this is received.
Yeah.
And then season 2, they can start trickling. Who knows? We might get some of that in season 1.
It'd be interesting. It's
but
not as many episodes as it was supposed to be, so that's another difference.
Yeah, it's not like
Knocked down from 18 to 8.
probably 8 or 18 was
8
ridiculous.
to 10 or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, that's like why.
Well, series used to be 26, so
I know, but even the original Daredevil on Netflix wasn't 18. I think it was
No, it
maybe
was like 12.
It was like 12 or 15.
10 to 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
And an hour each at that time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes, but it looks promising. I was kind of, the reception online was very positive. I think it made the fans happy. So I think as long as they can deliver, I think Disney will have, it will be good for Disney Plus.
9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Not
Thank
bad.
you, Josh.
Seducer producer comes again.
That's what he's here for. Research the things we don't get around to doing.
There you go. Hey, can you research?
Can you research if there's a reason why Daredevil walked away and Defenders?
You know what? And I think season 3 of Daredevil happened after Defenders.
I can't remember.
I think
like I said, it was so
season
long
3 of
ago.
Daredevil might have been. Wasn't there 2 seasons of Defenders?
I don't remember.
I didn't watch any of that. I didn't even watch season 3 of Daredevil. I didn't even watch any of the Punishers.
I don't watch television.
I only watched Jessica Jones and Daredevil 1 and 2. And guess what? I'm not going to watch any of that. I'm just going into this.
It completely blind. I could still do like a recap thing, like previously on Daredevil.
I'm sure IGN or one of those web pages.
Yeah, they'll have something. You could catch up.
I'll just watch a 20-minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch a YouTube video.
There's only 1 season of Defenders, 2 of Iron Fist,
Yeah.
3 of Jessica Jones,
Yeah.
2 of Luke Cage, and 3 of Daredevil.
Yes. But did Daredevil take place after Defenders?
Season 3.
Season 3.
No. Yes.
Aha.
So there you go. So I think there was something in...
I want to say Daredevil was technically from 2015 to 2018.
Yes.
Defenders came out in 2017, so I would assume the last season of Daredevil came out after.
Yeah.
Josh, can you also look up why we get into the next topic?
Because I met Claire in 2017, and hence why I didn't watch Daredevil, because I had other things to do.
Can you look up
Or better
how
things to do.
season 3 of Daredevil ended?
That's what I'm checking now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Report back.
Report back. And
From the news desk.
Also, it was 3 seasons, 39 episodes.
Cool. That's still not the information we asked for.
Well, no, but I'm
back
on
to
it.
work.
So that means it was 13 episodes a season.
Oh,
What
yeah.
does it mean it's 13 episodes a season? It just means it averaged out to 13
Yeah.
episodes a season.
Yeah.
It could have been one, could have been 14, one could have been 12, the other one could have been 11.
All right.
You know.
So we the other big thing that happened, Josh, just kind of butt in when you get that information.
I'm sure he will.
It's just gonna be like, Brian, guess what?
I got it, guys.
I got it.
I got the information for you.
This past week, one of my favorite directors passed away, David Lynch.
Yes.
At 78. And then his birthday would have been on Monday, so he would have turned 79.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
He died like 2 days before his birthday.
It happens.
And yeah, it was pretty crazy because.
So for folks who don't know, before we get into this, he's director of Twin Peaks.
Well, he did.
Which is his main thing.
His main thing, but Elephant Man, Straight
Yeah. Story,
Inland Empire, Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway, and Firewalk with Me.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's done a million other things. He's a painter. He's an artist. He's a sculptor.
Do you have a connection with Dune? Am I thinking
Yeah, he did the original Dune movie.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
That was his first probably mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Science fiction
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, he passed away. Everybody kind of knew it was going to happen because
he'd been sick for a while. Yeah.
His smoking.
Yeah.
And yeah, it happened, obviously. And it was kind of crazy because 10 years ago, I started the podcast Twin Peaks Unwrapped with Ben Durant.
Yes.
I met a lot of people because of that.
Yes.
And it was kind of crazy because as someone who's pulled away on social media and I just kind of promote things, it was just kind of crazy to see all the love for David Lynch in my timeline and a lot of folks who I haven't talked to or seen in a while. And then it was really nice because they had like a Zoom 3-hour Zoom session with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And they all came on and just talked. And it was really nice. And it
From
was
the community, so to speak.
Yeah, it was really cool. I hopped on there for an hour. People, it was very emotional. People
Sharing stories and stuff.
People who met him or knew him or just whatever. But it just crazy because I was like, oh my God, all these people that I met who live all across the world.
Yeah.
Because of this one person, his artwork brought everyone together. But yeah, it was sad, but like his work will live on.
Yeah.
And like he said, if you can quit smoking or just never smoke.
Never start.
Because that's what killed him.
Best way to quit is never start.
Yeah. But that was his lifestyle.
Yeah.
And he started smoking at 8-9 years old.
Yeah. Well, that used to be the thing. Directors would have a cigarette while they were directing.
Yep.
And be on the gantry thing. And
every photo is
cigarette. Yeah.
Cigarette,
It was like
coffee,
it becomes your thing,
Yeah. So it was just part of life back then. And it's kind of nice how our culture has changed because smoking is really not popular
it's crazy
anymore.
Like I was thinking about that when this whole thing happened and I saw it on Facebook and first thing I did is think of you and sent it to you and everything. And it's crazy to think about like when we were younger. I remember going with my parents to like lunch when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And there was like a smoking section and a non-smoking section. And I literally at the age of 8 remember turning to my parents and being like, how is this a thing? Like if I'm sitting on one side of the non-smoking section, there's really like a little piece of plywood.
Not even nothing.
Blocking me from the smoking section.
Right.
How is that helping anybody? It's like the smoke is literally coming over top of the thing.
Mark, do you remember?
You're like, oh well, there's fans and exhaust.
I remember
that's not
when
doing anything. I'm 8 years old and I know this.
I remember when they used to give Mom ashtrays at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like they would, even Ann's.
Even Denny's.
I would
Denny's.
hang out
there all the time.
As a high schooler, I would hang out in the smoking section. I'd come home and I'd take a shower.
Yeah.
My whole head to toe reeked.
Yeah.
Then when I was a waiter, I don't know why, but some nights they'd throw me in the smoking section.
Yeah.
I'm not a smoker.
No.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Because I would come home and just reek. But also at Chi-Chi's, it's just this invisible wall.
Yeah.
There was nothing there.
No, there's nothing. It was never anything.
Oh, Summers.
Like even Abdal's was like the worst.
Yeah.
It was
Mark,
like literally next to each other.
Mark,
Same thing.
remember Summers? It was literally in the middle of the restaurant.
Yeah.
They had just that little wooden.
Yeah.
You never put it in the middle.
It's like that's not.
At least
what is that
Chi-Chi's, the
doing?
last room was smoking.
Yeah.
So at least you
At least that's a little bit of a break.
It's far away.
That was going to be a cannabis store.
Yeah.
They're remodeling it as we speak.
Yes.
It's very interesting. It's very weird to think that's a.
Well,
yeah,
it's actually the Outback. Outback. Chi-Chi's was knocked down, and Outback.
yeah,
was
but still,
rebuilt.
it's still it's still basically the same.
Yeah, same area.
Even with the Outback, like redoing it, it basically built it in the same exact shape and look, almost
as
of
Chi-Chi's.
Chi-Chi's.
Yeah, because when you walked in there, I visioned.
It's like everything's
Chi-Chi's.
the same.
It
Like I don't think they even knocked it down. I think they just
No, they
remodeled
did.
it.
No, they
did they tear it down?
Yeah, the whole thing was knocked down.
Looks like they remodeled it in the exact same setup as the old Chi-Chi's was.
It had cockroaches. They had to
Oh,
knock it
okay.
down.
Oh, okay.
It was not.
Termites, you mean?
It wasn't termites. It was,
Yeah.
Okay, since we're in a little bit of a lull,
Yes.
I looked it up, and just the synopsis This is the synopsis of the final episode.
Yeah.
In the season finale, Matt prepares to cross the line
Oh.
as Dex becomes more dangerous than ever and Fisk ignites his endgame. So literally in the synopsis, it's he prepares to cross a line.
So he does something in the last episode. I remember
Okay.
that.
I want
that
to say
being
it
a
was
thing.
when he beat the crap out of
He,
both of them.
I think he doesn't. It's not Fisk, but I think the other guy.
Right? Yeah, it was
He
the guy
puts
that
him-
becomes
he, like,
Bullseye.
either kills him or
He breaks his back. Doesn't he?
or
Beat
something
the crap out
along
of him.
that. Like he does something.
I'll have to keep reading it, but I'm
Like,
pretty sure
intense.
he.
Makes me want to watch
Because-
season
At the
3
end
now.
of the-
Because I remember
episode, he,
there's
like,
like a
hangs up
post-credit scene or whatever, where
Yeah.
he's getting surgery on his back.
I remember something like that. I remember something. I definitely like. I'm starting to remember it now of him, like putting the helmets. Like the scene where he goes into the closet and there's all the helmets and everything.
Yeah.
Like he closes that up and like locks it away in a different at that.
Because
little
that's when they
warehouse
start
or
the new
whatever.
law firm, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, like he moves. I think he moves to like the West Coast or something.
no. They start the law firm, but they added Paige. You know, they add the what's her face to the law firm,
Yes.
and they start doing.
Yeah, because doesn't at the end of season 2, Foggy doesn't he join?
Foggy joins like a corporate law
Froggy
firm.
joins the bad guys law firm.
I
can't remember what it
from
is.
the Matrix. Her law
Yeah.
firm.
Oh yeah.
That's how. That's
Yeah,
what I
Carrie-Anne
remember.
Moss.
Carrie-Anne Moss's
Yes,
character.
yes.
That was the last time I watched Daredevil.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember it being like something like I vaguely remember it, but yeah.
Maybe I'll watch season 3.
I remember he like walks away at the end of the last episode.
All right,
that
so
they do,
now
he walks
now
away.
I'm intrigued to watch season 3.
Yeah. Because now it has a reason. Because I said it connects to this one.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, Josh. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so here it is.
Oh, he's got more.
The
But wait,
girlfriend
there's more.
stops Daredevil from killing Fisk,
Oh,
and then Fisk says he'll never stop, and he'll kill Nelson and Paige.
yes.
However, Daredevil threatens to put his wife in jail for ordering someone's murder,
Yes.
so he tells Fisk to stay away,
Yes.
and if he doesn't, he'll kill him.
Yes.
Ah,
And then Fisk still ends up in prison.
Yes. I remember that was the end of the season. Is him like Fisk is in prison.
Because it was raided by the NYPD and everybody.
Yes.
At the end, they make the new law firm, and then in a post-credit scene, Poindexter is paralyzed, and he is given his spine is replaced with a cognium prosthetic framework.
Yes.
I don't know.
I remember it's like he becomes like.
Daredevil saves Fisk's wife from Bullseye,
Yes.
and he almost breaks his back, and then Fisk basically breaks his back.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember that was like the whole thing. So I think the shtick of this show is going to be
That line was
that
crossed.
guy comes back, and that's why Kingpin and Daredevil have to like team up to get after this guy because he's going after both of them from what happened in the end of season 3, if I remember correct. If that's what
That's your prediction.
that's what I'm predicting.
Okay. We don't know.
Predictions.
We're just predicting from based off the trailer.
Yeah. So besides, unfortunately, David Lynch passing away,
Yeah.
we also lost sports legend Bob Uecker
Yes.
of Major League fame, the movie Major League, Mr. Baseball,
Mr.
Mr.
Belvedere.
Belvedere as well.
He was the dad.
He was the dad, yes. He was also in multiple commercials for like Miller Lite and many other things.
Yep. And he had a great sense of humor.
He was awesome. He was
Yes.
amazing.
He's
He
a
was
very
like
funny
one
guy.
of, I would say growing up, it was him, Vince Scully, Bob Costas, Howard Cosell, at the very early age, were like the first voices I remember hearing, watching sports, and like reason why I got into sports is because their voices were so like crazy.
Yeah.
But I get so many random phone calls. It's weird. But yeah, so unfortunately he passed away at the age of 90.
Wow.
He was also a WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
he,
we saw that on Raw.
Was a part of the announce team for a couple of major events in the early stages of WWE.
Wow.
He was in WrestleMania 3. He was an announcer.
Wow.
He had done a bunch of other like one-off things with them back in the when they were trying to like integrate pop culture and stuff into, like, there's a classic thing from I think Survivor Series where he's interviewing. He did a lot of backstage interview stuff too at the very beginning, where he's interviewing Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant like chokes him. It's a classic video of him like
Yes.
him being like ah. So
I feel like I've seen that.
but yeah, so he was amazing. He was still broadcasting, I think, as of like last year.
Yeah, he was
For the
still doing
Brewers.
Brewers
Yeah.
games.
Every year he
Wow.
was still announcing
Good for him.
like radio for the Brewers, or TV even. But the best times ever, like the reason why I even watched Brewers, like anytime you could watch a Brewers game, or even when he did like national games, was the best times were not like when he was just calling the game was great, but if like the game turned to a blowout, he would then start dropping in stories from his career.
He's very
over the years.
entertaining.
Yeah, and they were like hilarious. And I remember just laughing. I remember my grandfather Warnock, like watching baseball with him when I was like really young. This might have been like when Josh was like a baby, and he like Bob Uecker would be like the announcer of the game. And I just remember my grandfather laughing, and he never was a big laugher. So like things like that, like I remember like certain people who made people who I didn't see laugh a lot laugh was what drove me towards those people. Like Don Rickles made my grandfather, like all my grandparents laugh.
Yeah.
Bob Uecker, like certain people, like you, like okay, that's funny. If they're making this guy who never laughs laugh, because he's very stern and crouchy and old,
Yeah.
then
He's got to be
that's
funny.
what's got to be funny.
Yeah.
Like so that's like how my comedy kind of like beginning of my comedy.
Your comedy
Well,
career.
that's basically the
Just
character.
like the way you're like molded
Yeah,
into
yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
thinks funny.
Yeah. I
So
get
it's
it.
like
but basically the character he played in Major League was just himself.
it was
Because
was just
those
himself.
little like quips and stuff
Yeah.
were what he would do in regular games.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
You know,
a
like
pretty good
just
actor.
a bit
he was
outside.
Yeah, just a bit outside.
Yeah, he
You
was a
know.
good actor. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it's funny because I grew up watching him on Mr. Belvedere, and I
Yes.
just thought he was just a sitcom actor.
Yeah.
Then I realized later on that he was in baseball.
Yeah.
From baseball.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, 'cause you don't
Mr.
watch baseball.
Yeah, I watched Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
Yeah. He played.
which I did too, yeah.
How
It
many?
was a great show.
Mark, do you remember how many years he played?
He didn't play
Because
that
he played
long.
for the Cardinals, and I
played for
remember
the- he
there's a
played-
story of
yeah.
him.
He played
Him
for
and
the Brewers, then he
I
got
can't remember
traded
who
to
the other guy
Cardinals.
was.
Yeah.
Where they took a team photo, and they got in trouble because him and the other guy were literally like holding hands and all this stuff, and the
Yeah.
team's like, you guys, this is serious.
Yeah.
You guys can't be goofing off in the
Yeah.
team photo.
Like he was like classically known that like they even said like I was watching a thing on the Major League Baseball Network where they were like interviews with old players and stuff. Excuse me. And they were like, oh man, it's in my throat now. He wasn't their best player, but he was a great locker room guy. So it's like that kind of stuff.
He was he was a good motivator.
Continue on your road. Let's give you a topic.
Okay.
Baseball.
So, yeah, Mr. Belvedere, I'll tell you a Mr. Belvedere story.
Stop looking to the void,
I'm looking
Brian.
at the thing. So, Mr. Belvedere, there is a story about him sitting on his balls, his testicles.
Oh yeah.
And it's folklore, but it really did happen. He was at a parade,
Yes.
and Mr. Belvedere was standing there on a parade, and the
The
whole
actual Mr. Belvedere, not the dad.
the actor
Yes.
and the whole cast is there.
It's a different guy.
And Mr. Belvedere, something happened down.
Well, he was a larger gentleman.
Yeah, but something happened
Yes.
where he sat down too quickly.
Yes.
And he ended up sitting on his own testicle.
Yes.
And it's so funny because I heard this story and I thought it was fake. It's like one of those weird, like, an odd
So crazy
story.
it can't be true kind of thing.
And then you look it up and come to find out that's what happened. And when that happened, they were filming the season of Mr. Belvedere, and I think they had to
They
go
took a
on break
yes,
for a
they
couple
did.
weeks.
Yes, so you can recover.
Recover from sitting on his testicle.
Yes. Yeah.
Very funny story.
I want to say it was like a Disney parade or
It
something.
was like a Tournament of Roses, probably.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Just
I'd have to
something.
look it up, but yeah.
It was like a local thing, whatever.
Yeah, they used to have them all the time.
I mean, back then, it was all about the parades.
It's all about the parades.
Not, we
They
don't
never
have
had a parade.
parades.
We don't do parades like they used to do parades.
They did a parade for everything.
Well, like you used to be able to, I remember New Year's Day this year, I was just watching TV because I was home. I
Sorry.
was flipping through, and I was like, wait a minute. It's New Year's Day. Like, where's the Rose Bowl parade? And it wasn't on in, any actual channel. It was on, HGTV or something.
Oh.
And I was like, wait a minute. That used to be, a big thing. I remember New Year's Day growing up.
Isn't it the football? Right before
Yeah,
the football game?
game. I remember, my mom watching the Rose...
Now, is that because
Tournament of
Netflix
Roses
was
parade.
airing the Christmas? Oh, you're talking about New Year's. I was thinking about Christmas. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
I want to say it was on Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But
It was either on Peacock or Paramount. It wasn't.
It wasn't,
It wasn't
an
actually
actual
on
channel.
TV this year.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on. Godspeed to David Lynch and Bob Uecker.
They had to shut down production for a week.
Brian's looking up something now.
If you Google it, literally the Google autofills it once you put in Mr. Belvedere. Sits on balls.
Sits on testicle. Are you all right, Brian?
Yeah. Hold on. You talk.
Great.
Now it's your
thanks.
turn to vamp, Mark.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, and
I only have a
vamp.
sinus thing going on, and my throat's completely dry, and every time I talk too long, I have to cough incessantly. But, or is it time to move into the picks, or do we have other stuff to talk
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew. We have
All
to do a review of Skeleton
about?
Crew.
Okay. Well, good. I vamped long enough so you can answer your text.
Yeah. Sorry. Everything in my life happens right when I'm doing something else. It's like
That's everyone's life. It's just you just learn to ignore it until you can respond back.
I know. But it's like one of those things you're just
Just
why
wait.
now?
Just tell a person to wait.
Okay.
I'm busy.
No, it has nothing that person. Just something else.
Oh.
God, I feel like the coldness, I just feel it in my back. It's just like, oh my God, it is like the Arctic in here. I feel like we're on Hoth.
Well, it's 14 degrees outside.
Yeah, and it is
And
probably...
we do have heat in here, but the ceiling is so high that by the time the air gets down to here,
Yeah.
it's cold again.
feels like 30.
So it's really just a fan blowing
Yeah.
instead of we should just. I mean, if I turned it off, it would be an ice chest in here. So I have to at least have something moving in here.
Oh, let me get my thing up. So I watched Skeleton Crew over the
You
weekend.
did. But the reason why I watched Skeleton Crew was not only because I told you to watch it, but also this weekend you were sorting through our friend's G.I. Joe collection.
Wow. Yes. It was blast from the past.
So I mentioned this to Claire yesterday because I talked to you yesterday. I mentioned it to her right afterwards. And before I even could finish the story, she just said to me, "You can never do that in this house." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Our house is not big enough. You can, if anyone ever asks you if you can go through a collection of toys that's going to take up 3 tables worth of stuff, do not do it here because we don't have the space for it." I don't know how Allison's letting Brian do that right now in her kitchen.
Well,
I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure he asked or got permission first. He didn't just take over the kitchen.
yeah, it's fine.
But Mark,
So
that's why we have the bunker.
no, exactly. I said I could just, not that anyone would ever asked me to do that, but
Well, we did once.
I was like, she was like, the dining room table and another table, and now he's getting a third table. I'm like, yeah, he's got it's a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And Hutzel was the only child, so he didn't have
Yeah.
any annoying younger siblings to
It
destroy
is-
any of his stuff.
It is
so,
crazy. It is crazy.
You destroyed your own stuff. Don't just blame me.
No, but I mean, you most of it was destroyed by younger siblings. I
Yeah.
didn't say just you.
We
I had
talked about
I had
this
other
last
younger
week. Yeah.
siblings besides you.
I know. I'm just saying.
He does have a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm in the process of selling stuff and getting it ready for my show in February. It is a lot. I have literally no room to do it all. That's how much it is.
I know.
And I
It's
have
crazy.
no choice.
Yeah.
If it was summertime, I could set this up in the garage, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But I do not.
No,
it is
yeah,
way
yeah.
too cold.
No, exactly. But no, it's just kind of funny because she's like, we have a very small kitchen, and she's like, oh my God, I can't even imagine what's going on right now.
Our kitchen's not that small.
No,
so
I know.
one
But
half,
it was just very funny. She's just like, before I even could finish, she's like, no, you'd never do that here. I'm like, I don't think I would ever do that here.
I
We
was
have a
like, are you
basement.
asking to do that?
I was like,
here?
I'm not asking you. I'm not saying I have like a collection on its way or anything.
Yes.
I'm not saying Brian's organizing it for me
what
to then
you
take
should have
over.
done, Mark, is said, no, dear, and then picked up your phone and go, okay, cancel that order, please.
Hey, Brian.
Brian, don't bring it over, Brian.
Brian,
Brian,
don't do it. Don't turn
Bring it
around.
to the
Turn
studio.
around.
Bring it to the studio.
Abort operation.
Bring it to the
Abort,
studio.
abort.
Don't bring it here.
That's what you should have done.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't thinking. I just wouldn't do
Don't
it.
worry, sweetie. Abort.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun going through it all. But then I did finish Skeleton Crew while I finished the last 2.5 episodes yesterday. So I guess, well, Josh, you watched it too, and you were the one that was like, Brian, watch it so we can talk about it next week. I guess
Well,
I'll.
said
Well,
it too.
because honestly, I didn't want to wait the 2 months it usually takes you to watch some of these things.
Well, I
yes.
wasn't
to
going to
actually talk
watch
about
this,
it.
and I
I know
probably
you-
would
that
have
was the
never
other thing.
watched this.
Yeah.
It's really not geared towards me.
No, but it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I have good things. I
Very,
have good
very,
things to say.
very nostalgic.
Yeah.
I have good things.
It was more the vibe of old Star Wars. Like,
It
had that
didn't-
kind of aura to it. Not that it
See-
was like set in that era,
I have
or
my notes.
anything like
I'm looking
that.
at my notes.
but
So
it was just a fun, enjoyable show.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
The
To
aliens
me-
and everything,
to
the
me,
weird aliens
Yeah, I
and
thought
that kind of thing.
Seeing the creatures
Yeah.
from the old Bounty Hunter stuff
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah.
Practical effects were cool. I thought it looked great.
Yeah. The
I
dog
thought,
guy was awesome.
Yeah, I thought the score was really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought the score was probably one of the better scores that Star Wars has done since Mandalorian.
Yeah, for sure.
But overall, like I watched the whole thing, it didn't feel like Star Wars. It felt like Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates in Space,
Well, yeah. 'cause-
Goonies.
But I mean, it had the tinges of Star Wars into it, like with X-wings and like.
Yes, it had those
Yeah.
things, but it could have been anything. This story could have been just a random
Space story.
Space story. Yeah.
That's
Science fiction.
That's the one thing I liked about it. It was its own thing, but it was also like, oh, that's that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really that's there.
Well, like it did a nice job, I think, of including the world that we're in right now of Star Wars into it and attaching it with like talking about the Old Republic and how they had other planets besides this one planet that were
hidden.
like hidden planets so they could make resources and not have to worry about, pirates or anyone else like getting to these places to find things.
Yeah, I mean, they're hiding this planet because there's treasure.
Well, that's where they make the credits.
Yeah,
Public credits.
yeah. So they're hiding it so nobody can find it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's
and-
like a Fort Knox situation.
Yeah.
But instead of a building, it's a planet.
And it's run by an AI eyeball.
Stephen Fry.
Like
Yeah.
a HAL
It was
Oh my
situation.
Stephen
God! So
Fry.
this show,
Like
It
a HAL
was
situation.
Stephen Fry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stephen Fry, yeah. But
Yeah.
HAL, kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, yeah. And then the robots on this planet are so dumb.
Yes.
All the robots were so dumb because
Well, they're
literal-
controlled by the main robot.
Yeah, who was like the fact that you can just say, forget what I just said, erase your memory, like all that stuff. It's like, so anybody can do that at any time. Like,
Well, no, she'd hacked it.
no, the girl says that to
Yeah.
her, the maid robot in
Yeah,
the very
yeah.
beginning.
Well, she had
and
KB hack it, probably.
then does it again later on to
Yeah.
another random robot. I'm
Well,
like,
you
well,
know.
this is the worst security of
Well,
any
it's
robots.
I think they're just on a random. They think they're
Well,
just a random
that's the other
planet.
thing,
like
Brian.
if you were,
You have to
if you were a
think.
kid on Earth, you wouldn't think there's anything else besides here.
No, what I'm
So
saying
they
is
just kinda like-
droids,
yeah.
usually, they would have to hook it up and someone would have to wipe the memory. They're just easily
Well, they're
sandwiched.
Well,
like
Brian,
small,
Brian,
like,
you
projection
really,
droids.
yeah, you have to think. They're old Republic robots
They're not
that
the
are
best.
basically just supposed to be security cameras.
Yeah.
I know, you
Yeah,
think,
so
you
they're-
think
they're
stopping
really
security
dumb.
would be a little bit harder.
But that's what I mean,
That's
they're
all-
really
that's all I'm
dumb.
The
saying.
whole shtick of the story is that like the planet's left from the Old Republic. So that would have been hundreds of years ago that ended. Like at least 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, I have no idea when this
in the
takes
timeline.
place.
Because this takes place at the like from the stuff I've seen online. of this, where it takes place, it falls in the Mandalorian time frame.
Right.
So if Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, then that would mean the Republic fell at the end of Episode 3 of Star Wars. So it would have been that time frame that this planet's been lost in obscurity somewhere.
Well, no, it's I would assume it's longer just because they're still producing Old Republic.
Yeah.
And then the robot says the last communication he got from the outside was the Jedi is bad.
Yes. So that'd have been when Order 66
So that's
came
Order
out.
66. That's Episode 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
whatever
but
from
that's what I
that
mean,
time frame to now,
But how long? But I don't know how long they've
whatever
been.
time frame that is, probably like 30, 40 years maybe.
The ending the Episode 3 to current Star Wars probably be about, because you have to think that's when Luke was born
Yes.
and Leia was born.
Yes.
And they're supposed to be
Like 16, 17.
18 in the first ones, and then in their
So there's
early.
another 10 years or so in that time frame of the
So maybe
original
the
three movies.
30s?
So 30
And-
years or say. Let's say
and then plus another 5 or 6.
Let's say 30, 40 years.
Yeah. But I don't know how long they've been.
Like I said from the beginning.
No. But I'm saying I don't know how long that planet has been hidden.
Okay. Anyways.
We're just gonna move on.
Yes.
Well, actually, to tie into what you guys were talking about, what I did like that it was not bogged down by like any lore or
Yes.
anything. It was its own story,
Yes.
and I appreciate that at this point in my life.
Yeah.
I'm so over lore. I just want to enjoy something without having
Yeah,
to
no, I like the
overthink it.
fact that there
It was
wasn't
just
any-
one story.
It never was
That's it.
attached. Yeah, it didn't have any other people from anything else coming
Yeah.
in to
It's its own thing.
attach itself to it or
Right.
anything. Or
You had those moments with the X-wings, or
Yeah.
hey, this is a Star Wars property. But at the same time, I would forget, and it kind of You guys remember that cartoon in the 80s or 90s about the space pirates? I can't
Yes.
think of the name of it.
Treasure Planet?
Maybe it had that.
The Disney one with the surfing kid and the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
Treasure
robot
Planet.
is
Treasure-
Robin Williams.
Planet.
Treasure
Whatever.
Planet.
Yeah, something like that. It just had. That's
kind of like a Titan AE, that time frame.
Then I was like, this is almost like Pirates of the Caribbean with kids.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Brian, it's Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the main. You have the main bad guy. His name, of course, has to have the word Jack in it.
Yeah.
Because he's.
Well, he had, like,
Jack
that was one of his
Sparrow.
aliases, yeah.
Yeah, Jack. I do appreciate the fact that.
Well, the main robot's named SM-33, which
Yes.
is just Smee,
Yes.
which is the sidekick from Peter Pan.
He was actually a good. You know what? A not annoying android. I did
Nick
like
Frost.
him. I did
Yes.
like him.
That was Nick Frost.
It was Nick Frost.
That was
yeah.
Nick Frost. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the actor, who's the main actor?
Jude Law.
Jude Law. I think Jude Law was great, but I think it was kind of nice that at the end he went full bad.
Yes.
I was just like,
Enough halvesy guys.
it was nice that he didn't all of a sudden have a heart and be like, I gotta protect the kids. He was like, I'm in it to win
I
it.
want the gold, man.
Yeah.
He's a pirate at
Yeah,
heart.
I appreciate that because I was like, oh, if this goes where he all of a sudden he's just like, I gotta see. I'm like, oh God, please don't let
Yeah.
that happen.
No, he's a bad guy. He's a terrible person.
Yeah, I like that. I like that they stuck.
Yeah.
They stuck
Stick
with that.
Stick with it.
None of this.
If you're gonna do it, stick with it.
Yeah,
Don't,
none of this like
try to redeem
wishy-washy.
them.
And episode 3, or no, episode 4, which is they go to another planet that happens to
Like a spa planet.
they allow children to be in wars.
Oh, no,
That's
you
episode-
talk about
that was episode.
at
yes,
Akron.
Yeah, yeah. At Akron. Yeah.
Episode 4 there.
Yeah, the girl,
Yeah.
the flippy girl,
Yeah.
who falls for the elephant boy.
Yeah, that was probably my least favorite episode because it was like they concentrated on that, but then Jude Law's character, Jack,
Yes.
he went off, disappeared, and I was like,
John.
that's what I want to see happen.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he comes back and he's got everybody on his side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but that sounds like the more interesting story.
But he's not the main character.
I
the kids are the main
understand.
character.
I know. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
But and then I thought that girl was going to come back. I was like, are they planting the seed for something? Is that girl going to come back at the end?
Never know. There could be an episode in the season 2.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd watch a season 2. I mean, it kind of it was good. I don't know if they would make one. I don't know.
Because like I said, the end of the show doesn't really end. It kind of just like
fades
It
away.
ends.
But
It
I mean,
ends
it's
the
just like an
season.
episode ending, not a show ending. It's like, oh, they're back home.
Yeah, they save the
And
day.
that's it.
They home, but now the
But now
planet.
everyone knows where this planet is. It's
Right.
exposed. The shield's down.
Yeah, and the kids can't.
So like the only
don't
people
know
that
what
know
they're
how to
doing.
fly a spacecraft are these 4 kids.
Well,
And the robot.
technically, the robot does.
Yeah.
I mean, they did
Yeah.
at that one point.
And he's
to
like
save
still
it.
up in the tower. Like, how does this planet function now without the robots and the power?
No, they
being
turn
on?
it all back on.
No,
at
the
the end.
robots aren't
No.
on because they're
They-
controlled
they-
by the AI.
Oh,
guy.
because it was destroyed.
Yeah,
the supervisor.
the control is gone.
Yeah.
He just the dad just turned the power back on.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like that's
Yeah.
like the next thing is like, how does this like? They have to
I
like
don't know.
build up defenses to save themselves against these people that are gonna try to come and
Well, the X now they
like
know.
the X-wings are there, so now they gotta like connect. Like, who was in that Corvette that flew in?
Well, they did destroy the ship with all the pirates on.
No,
it.
but there was a ship, like a full-on like freighter that
the
comes
Leia-
in
the
at
Corvette.
the end of yeah,
Like Leia's
at the
ship
end of the
and
season. The last episode,
Oh,
like the big ship's
because the
coming
kid's
into
sitting
land.
there in the
Yeah, yeah,
school
Like,
and
who's in
it
that?
flies
Oh.
through when
Yeah, like who's in that? Like,
yeah.
I'm assuming it's someone from the New Republic. Is there like a
Probably they're gonna do
Yeah.
damage control, I guess.
like? Will it be like? Will we hear about this in a Mandalorian season down the road, or in the movie? Will it
well, the
appear?
movie
or-
is the ending.
yeah,
So I don't know. I don't need it to.
Yeah.
If they're gonna make a season 2, just keep it all in the show.
yeah,
Keep it all in the show.
yeah.
I thought, is it Tim or Tom Watts? He did the Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
He did a great job. I mean, obviously he's really good at what he does. 'Cause
Yeah.
the Spider-Man movies are great. And
Like Bryce Howard did a couple of them.
she directed an episode. Park's shrinking over there. So yeah, I mean, I pretty much. We can all give her a final verdict and rating. Should we add Josh on this?
I mean, why not?
We added Josh before, so Josh, I'm gonna add you in here. I'll let. Who wants to go first?
Let's let Josh go first. He was one that was so amped about this show. See where he lands, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
This is out of 10.
I would say 9.5.
Wow.
I think the
You really
ending
like
could
that
have been a little bit better, like if they ended it.
Yeah.
But with it not ending, it sort of feels off.
Yeah.
But I liked the whole thing throughout. There's a lot of cool things. Definitely felt Goonies, Treasure
Yeah.
Planet, Muppet Treasure Island. You know,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was a lot of just fun.
It was good, clean fun.
Yeah.
The ratings weren't great for this show, by the way.
Well, I have a
It's
feeling that
because the
it got
Acolyte
killed by a
killed
lot
it.
of the Acolyte
Yeah.
stuff and
Yeah.
people waiting to see what people actually said about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I guess, what was it? It only got like 300,000 views.
It's like the
for-
least viewed
Yeah.
Star Wars show ever.
Yeah. They
But like
destroyed
all the
brand.
all the
It was
reviews of
marketed to
it
the
have
wrong
been
people,
good,
though, I think.
which I think is interesting. Is like the reviews have been good, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping it gets picked up on the back end. But I
I think
really
it's gonna be a
liked it.
slow burn. It's gonna be a slow burn.
What it's gonna lose is it being very kid centric. So you're gonna lose a lot of older people that don't want to watch a kid show.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very
Yeah.
much a kid
But
show. I
it
did
was-
not feel it was targeted.
No, it was
towards
definitely
youth.
it was
wasn't
definitely not
targeted
like
But it was
targeted
still,
towards
like, There's
us.
still parts of it that would make us like it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like a little bit of sprinkling of, hey, this is from this.
Yeah.
This is from that.
yeah.
Oh, don't you know that? But like
Yeah.
I like they added some new planets, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was more.
They actually expanded the
Yeah,
universe, and not
there was
just
definitely definitely
usual-
better expansion of the
Yeah.
universe than the sequels,
yes.
especially like the spa planet was a better version of rich people
Yeah.
than the casino planet.
Or even then, like the Mandalorian did with the
Yeah.
weird Jack Black Lizzo planet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which
that's
would that was
horrible.
interesting just because, but it's
What
like,
was it, like a
it was definitely
Law and
thrown
Order
in.
episode?
That was a Law and
in
Order.
It was a
Star
weird
Wars.
throw in to have Jack
Yeah.
Black, Lizzo, and Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, it was just a way to get like celebrities in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, let's put some people in this.
But that's why I like that's what.
sidetracked.
But anyways.
What's your review?
No, but
He gave
that's,
it 9.5.
yeah, 9.5.
Okay.
But I just liked how they added stuff without taking away.
Yeah.
It was definitely good,
Yeah.
especially the lore of the pirate captain and everything.
Yeah. All right, Brian, what do you give it?
Okay. Real quickly, the things I did like, I thought it was great that it was just a singular story.
Yes.
Wasn't bogged down by having to know anything. I thought the score was really good. I thought it looked really well. I thought like the way it was filmed and just looked great. And practical effects with the monsters. Something that I loved growing up is the creatures and stuff. And that was a lot of fun.
The cantina, that stuff.
Yeah. It didn't feel like Star Wars to me. In a sense that it felt more akin to a Goonies, to a Pirates of the Caribbean, to that kind of stuff. It wasn't targeted to me, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I feel like if I had a child who was 8 or 9, and I was like, this is your first Star Wars?
And you were into Star Wars.
And I was watching with them?
Yeah.
That is
like John Francia, this would be a perfect show for him and Tig.
If you watch this with your son or daughter...
Yeah.
This is a great gateway into that universe.
Gateway drug to Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a 45-year man who has no children, it was weird watching it because I felt like, well, this is really targeted to a younger audience, which is totally fine.
We have cats, but that doesn't really count.
Which is totally fine. I would not personally probably, if there was season 2, don't really know if I would watch it.
Yeah.
I only watched it for the show, and Josh told me to, so we could talk about it.
He's a producer.
But if I wasn't doing this show, I would just skip it.
Yeah. So anyways, what's your rating after all that?
It's an 8. It's an 8 for me.
Okay. All right.
8's not bad.
I didn't say it was.
Okay. No, I'm just
Judging
saying.
you?
I'm just saying. In general, 8's not bad. It's good.
Okay.
It had a lot of good stuff that I liked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really have no complaints overall.
Yeah.
I didn't feel I was a target audience. And
It was good,
fine.
clean fun.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like. It was a show that you could watch and like enjoy and not have to like think, which was nice.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Wasn't
Great
like
palate cleanser.
Acolyte, which was like weird and awkward.
Yeah.
And the acting was strange.
I have to say the kids.
Their like relationship was nice. Like
The
they
kids
actually were like
were
well
way
done.
better actors than anyone on the Acolyte. I'll give you that much.
For sure.
The
Like
kids
a
were
light year.
fantastic.
Yeah, light years ahead.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yes, I got
Nice.
it. I got it. The kids were great.
Yeah. I agree with everything you both said. So I'm not going to belabor it any more than that. I'll give it a 9.
All right.
Rating between the two of you.
That's not bad. 8, 9, 9.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I would say good, clean fun.
Yeah. It
That's
was
a
a
good
good
description.
like a good palate cleanser after Acolyte.
Yes.
Like makes you like excited. Not excited, but like willing to give Star Wars more time.
Star Wars can be good.
It can
Star Wars
be.
can be good when it's done correctly.
The problem is they're ruining it. They just need to bring it back and do the things that are good.
Yeah.
And stop just putting out nonsense.
Yeah.
Because every time, this has now happened twice. Obi-Wan Kenobi came out. It wasn't well received. And then
Which wasn't a bad show.
Hold on. I know. But overall, I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. Overall, it killed the audience for Andor.
Yeah.
Acolyte came out and probably one of the worst received Star Wars show. Kills the audience for the next project.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew. And this happens time and time again. And I think if Acolyte had not come out, Skeleton Crew probably would have gotten
If it was
better.
the other way around, Skeleton Crew would have gotten way more views, and
The
then
excitement-
Acolyte wouldn't have affected it as much.
The excitement would have been
But
there.
it's a good. But I do have to say, on the Disney side of things, it's not the worst move to put Acolyte out first, and then put the one that you think is the better show out before Andor, to kind of get people that are willing to jump into it to be like, hey, this isn't half bad. Maybe Andor's not going to be as bad as I was thinking it was going to be.
Well, I think Andor
So Andor is going to
has-
be really good. So I think that's
people
gonna be
got into the Andor train later on.
Yes. Yeah.
a lot
Andor
of-
came around later on. It
I
was a-
think after it came out, people jumped on it because they heard word of mouth.
Yeah.
And it got nominated for Emmys. We have a
Yes.
season 2 coming. But I feel like when you want immediate response, what they want, Acolyte killed the momentum for Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
Just like
for sure.
Obi-Wan killed the momentum for Andor.
Yeah.
I just feel like they got to be more picky. You got to be more choosy. They got to be like, okay, this is a hit. Let's do it. And if they're like, man, this is not good.
Yeah.
Don't put it out.
Yeah.
Just take the loss.
Yeah.
Just take the L. Acolyte should have took the L.
Don't Willow it.
Yes. Look at Willow. Well, it doesn't even exist anymore. They deleted it off the
deleted
server.
off the
It's
server
gone.
completely. You
Never
can't watch
even
it.
happened.
Never happened.
But like,
You'll never see a video of it anyway. You won't be able to ever watch it.
yeah, it wasn't good anyway.
No, it was painful.
It's not good. I did not like that Willow.
So bad I'll never watch the movies again. That's how bad it was.
Why? The Willow movie's awesome.
Not now. It isn't. Because now I know like where they're heading towards, and it's like it makes me sad.
Yeah, but the
The
show.
Willow movie was never the greatest movie. It was just really cool because I think we were younger when it happened.
Yeah, but the Willow movie's awesome. The show.
You watch it now, it doesn't really hold up as well as.
But it's just a movie. There was no
Yeah,
need
no,
to
yeah.
continue
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you know?
No, there wasn't.
I think
They
the
need a
show
sec-
was just
they need
kind
a
of like,
sequel.
let's just do it for
Yeah.
the sake of doing it.
Money.
Money, you know. All right. Speaking of money,
Speaking of money,
we got Saturday night main event.
It's now time for the Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge.
so yes, Saturday night's main event is happening this Saturday, a week before the Royal Rumble. Because if you can't have more than one PLE at a time,
Technically,
throw a random one on a basic cable,
I feel like
basic TV, and then
this is
do one right afterwards.
This is technically not a PLE. This is
No, this is the matches that they can't fit on Royal Rumble.
yeah, but
That's what this is.
Saturday main event is just something to get people excited again.
Basically,
And
it's
so Royal
we
Rumble.
can't do 2 nights like we do for
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
we can't do 2 nights for
so we're
everything
going
else.
to do a special event.
Yeah. Well, also, it's the smart marketing idea because I'm assuming this Saturday will just be blatant ads for Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yes.
All through it.
Yes.
Yes.
Like next weekend,
Yes.
watch these same guys fight in a bigger ring with more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, yeah. But this is a good way for us to get some extra points towards our score.
Yes.
Because next week we're gonna have the winners of this, but also Mark, you're bringing in poker chips, and we're doing
We're have a whole thing.
the whole next week. That's all.
Yes.
It's wrestling next week.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just so
Hopefully,
everybody
unless
knows.
nothing happens,
Yeah.
no crazy news gets broken or
No
anything.
drop in
about,
trailers. But I feel
Like
like
in our luck, like the Fantastic Four trailer or something will drop like tomorrow or today while we're doing this. It's
Like
dropping.
it usually does.
Yeah, like it usually does.
But so there might be a fifth match added on Friday. We're not sure.
We're
but
not sure.
We will text each other if it does.
Yes.
But
But right
as
now,
of-
there's these 4 matches and then the contract signing,
And we're not.
which is basically the same as a match segment
yes. 'cause
would be.
It
'cause it's
will-
going to be a big event.
Yes. So that could be the
Like
fifth.
Shawn Michaels is going to be there, and it's going to be like a whole thing.
It's going to be the fifth thing.
Yeah, so it's going to be the main event of the
night.
evening.
Yeah.
So we have 4 matches. Some of these just got announced last night.
Yes.
One of them definitely got announced last night.
Yes.
Or mentioned last night. Wasn't really made official yet. So
No, they announced everything.
No,
They made a big deal.
Brian, but they didn't
they
actually
didn't say like the
they,
women's
They
match
didn't
is
confirm
happening.
it.
She just said it like, I
Yeah.
want to fight you at Saturday night's main event.
'Cause
So I'm
m-
assuming that'll roll over to Friday night, and then they'll announce the match is happening. the
Because I
next
remember
day.
Michael Cole going, Pierce, make it official, make it
Make
official.
this happen.
And then they
Yeah.
never.
So they never actually like paid it off with like a. There wasn't you don't know it's
A
an official
card.
match until you get like the still
I swear to God, I saw the
screen
card.
that
No.
says
I
coming this weekend.
But I was also doing. I was doing GI Joe guys. So. Not
Sorting
doing
G.I.
them.
Joe
But
guys.
also, Mark,
Sorting.
just
What you do at your time is your business.
just a bit off topic. I watched Raw late, and it didn't have commercials. So
Yeah, I did too. I was going to watch it live, but then I was like, well, I don't want to get stuck with commercials, so I'm gonna wait.
so yeah, if you do
'Cause I
wait,
started-
if
when I
you do
did sign
wait, you only
into
get that WWE commercial.
We have this conversation every
No,
week.
so I signed into it at like 8:10.
Oh, well, yeah, technically it's still live. That's why.
So
It's
it
still
says you
happening.
could start from the beginning.
Yes.
So I went to start from beginning.
Yes.
No commercials.
Yeah, I know. Last week, I started 10 to 20 minutes late. I
Yeah.
started in the beginning, and I had 0 commercials. But let's move on. Let's do predictions because the time is running late. And
Yeah.
We have
My,
work.
my voice is.
We gotta
slowly
go to
dying
work.
here. All right. So first match is Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. We'll start with you, Brian.
All right, real quick. It was great to hear Jacob Fatu talk this past on Friday.
More than just saying "I love you" solo.
Yes, and I was like, wow, that's what his voice sounds like.
Yeah.
And now Solo's kind of like having his moment of walking in the woods.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu has decided I'm going to. You got that reference?
That's a great reference.
Jacob Fatu
He's walking in the woods.
Jacob Fatu decides to come out and become a man on his own. Walk that line. And of course, he picks a fight with the biggest SOB in the business.
Really. LA Knight came out first.
I know.
And jumped them from them biting him up the week before.
Yes. I know. There's a whole
and
LA
then
Knight
Braun
stuff
came
going.
in to like save him.
Yes.
And then they had a stare down, which of course means you must fight each other.
Yes.
If you stare each other down in the middle of the ring.
I'm gonna say it. This is probably
Big meat battle.
This is one of the matches I'm looking forward to that night.
Yeah.
Because Braun Strowman is so freaking big.
Yes.
And Jacob Fatu, he's a shorty, but man, he can
He's
fight.
a werewolf.
He's a werewolf.
Samoan werewolf.
This is the one match I'm on the fence about. All the other matches I feel like I know the winner.
Okay.
But does Jacob Fatu
So I will say before you give your actual pick,
Yeah.
I will tell you, coming into this event,
Yeah.
our points stand at Josh with 79 points, you with 94 points, and I am at a whopping 109 points.
Okay.
So I have some points to play with here for this event.
Well, Royal Rumble's really gonna.
Royal Rumbles might shake things up, but I have some points to play with. So
You do. Jacob Fatu did lay down a good. Like he talked the talk on Friday. Braun Strowman.
It is wobble.
Braun Strowman is massive though. But I feel like if they're gonna lead into something with this, I think it's gonna be Jacob Fatu.
okay, good. Josh, who you got?
I think it's just gonna be Strowman. He deserves a win.
He does, but I don't know.
I don't know either, but I just think it's gonna be Strowman.
It's gonna be Jacob Fatu because Jacob Fatu actually had a story going forward.
That's what I'm saying.
Braun Strowman's just a big guy.
Yeah. I feel like Jacob Fatu
unfortunately
is forging his own path.
Yes, I would like Braun to get some kind of something, but
Yeah.
they're trying to build Jacob up into being the next big guy.
And if you could take down the big guy,
yeah, it's just like the first thing you got to do. You gotta,
yeah. It's like
show how crazy. you
My
can
prison
one
rules.
worry is it's not gonna be
fight
a
the
clean
biggest
fight.
guy in the
so.
yard kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's that kind of thing. So I think they're
Yeah.
just doing this to kind of like get him to be the face of that group now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Women's World Championship, the match that happened announced last night. Kind of Rhea Ripley challenged Nia Jax, and it will be for the belt supposedly.
It is.
So
It's a championship.
once it's announced and official, it'll be that. So
a
we'll start with
two-pointer.
Josh this one. So it's a 2-pointer, yes.
Yeah, because it's a championship match. So.
Yes.
I can't see them giving the belt to Nia just because she just lost in the Money in the Bank.
Yes.
So I think it's going to stay with Rhea.
And her name's not Charlotte Flair, so they don't just magically give her a
No.
belt. So.
And Charlotte Flair is coming back. We did see the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Whoopee.
Yeah. So who do you got, Josh?
I've never
I
seen
said
her
I said Rhea. I don't
Rhea.
see Nia winning.
No, they just moved Bailey over to Raw too, so
Right.
it's kind of like
Yeah. They brought Bailey over. Now is Nia coming over?
She's
They're
still
talking, they're
technically
like-
in
she
the
said
portal.
something,
They're
and
hinting
I'm
at
like,
it.
don't come over to Raw and just play the same game. But it seems like they're mixing it up.
yeah, they're trying to they're putting the people like where Netflix wants them to be.
Yeah.
So who you got, Brian?
It's the one and only Rhea Ripley.
Mommy.
Mommy stays on top, baby. She just got the belt. She's gonna keep the belt.
She's.
Well, that's what her
I know.
saying is. What do you want from
Just
me?
the way you say it's just very weird.
Yeah, you saying it just sounds
Yeah, just
so
sounds
wrong.
creepy.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
all.
I won't say it again.
I'm sorry, Brian, but it's just you saying it just sounds.
I don't make these up, you know.
I know it's her actual thing, but
It's her thing.
you go. Mama's gonna stay on top, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the baby.
Yeah,
at the end.
yeah,
The baby at the end's what sold it. That's what it was. It was fine until the baby. You
Yeah,
were
you're
good
right.
until the baby.
Okay, I get it. I hear you say it. Now I get it. I get it.
Now I do it.
Exactly.
Now I hear the creepy.
Now I hear the creepy. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley as
This
well because
these
mommy
are-
is always on top.
baby.
So that's the thing. You can't say
You
the
can't
baby.
say baby.
You can say the other part.
You can't put the bookmark
You
on
can't
it.
put the thing on the end of it.
Yeah, you can't.
Once
end
you
it
put the
with
thing in the end of it, then it makes it weird.
You're right. Totally.
Yeah.
Now I want to.
Yeah. Now you're gonna say it all the time. Not
Yeah.
to be a
Baby.
thing.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Men's Intercontinental Championship match. You have to differentiate this now because there's a men's
and women's.
Yes.
So that's why we have to have that now. So it's champion Braun Breaker up against Sheamus. We'll go to Josh for this one.
I want Sheamus to finally get his Intercontinental belt, so I'm just going to pick him.
Okay. That's fine. You're welcome to do that. It's your choice.
It
Brian?
probably won't happen, but I'm going to pick him.
This is, yet again, I feel predictable. I think Braun Breaker is going to keep it because he just got it back not that long ago.
It's actually been like multiple months.
Has
since
it
he got
been?
back.
It's been a while, Brian. It's been a while.
I thought that last night. I'm like,
He just
I feel
got
like he's like had it for a while.
He got it from
He got it from Jay.
Jay
like,
Uso.
2 months ago.
And
Like last year.
I feel
And
like
he's already been through like 3 matches since then
right.
with it. Against Ludwig and Sheamus and Ludwig and then
Yeah,
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Then Sheamus, then Ludwig. Somehow Pete Dunne got roped in there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now Pete Dunne's
He's doing his own thing
roped in with R-Truth.
our
and
truth.
Penta is now involved somehow.
I feel like Braun Breaker is gonna keep it because I just feel like Sheamus. I think if he keeps it, we could see a rematch where maybe Sheamus gets it. But I think Braun just keeps it. It just feels.
Braun won it in October.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna keep it.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm going with Josh in this one. I think Sheamus is going to win
Wow.
because I think they're going to make Braun's going to move up and go after Gunther. Because there's no other person viable that's like in the mix right now because they're doing the whole.
Yeah, but isn't Gunther beefing with
Jay.
Jay?
And then
Randomly.
that's what I mean is
There's no other person to
you
go
could
for.
have the Jay.
You could have Jay go up against.
Oh, wasn't even
Gunther, you
Seth
could have-
going after
No, Seth's
Gunther?
mixed in with Drew
Well,
and
now.
CM Punk and that
Yeah,
whole
now.
thing. And
That's what I mean is so you have all these
like
guys
Gunther's
tied
belt's
up.
really not being like
Yeah,
contested
yep.
against anybody. Like the
Jay,
fact that
Jay
you have to
is
bring
your
up
only
mid-card Jay
competition right
Uso,
now.
even
Oh,
though they call him main event Jey Uso,
well,
he's really mid-card Jey
Sammy,
Uso.
him.
And Sammy.
Yep.
But I mean,
But Sammy's going to
Sammy's now
keep
involved
going
in
through
that
the
Drew
Yeah.
Seth thing last
and
night.
then
Right.
and then he's so he's
He
tied
got
up in
dragged
that,
into that, so it's
and
like
he's going
that's
to
a whole
be in the
secondary.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so that's all Royal Rumble stuff.
Yeah,
so
they're
it's
all
like,
building towards
That's
the
what I mean.
Royal
Is so
Rumble.
Yeah, so if
you
you
need not a mid card thing, but a secondary storyline to cover.
yeah, if you're not gonna have Jay, if Jay's gonna be in the Royal Rumble, so he probably won't like
Win.
in the future. So I'll give my 2 picks here. I think Gunther's gonna win the men's championship as well, because Jey Uso is gonna be in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Braun has not announced himself for the Rumble yet,
No.
so you have Sheamus win the Intercontinental Championship. Then you can either do the rematch at Royal Rumble next week, or and give him like the quick win, turn around, lose it back to Braun Breaker thing.
like he did with Jay, because he lost in
or he
lose
could
it?
do the-
He lost in August. No, he won it in August, lost in September, won it back in October.
Yeah, so they could do like that kind of thing just to give Sheamus that one last belt kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going with Sheamus.
Okay. Wow.
And then you also said
And I also said Gunther is going to win the men's championship.
Okay.
So Brian, who do you got for the World Heavyweight Championship? Gunther, the champion, up against Jey Uso.
Yeah, I mean, Gunther's gonna keep it. I love Jey Uso. You know, like, is he ready for the World Heavyweight Championship belt? No. You know, he did have the Intercontinental Championship briefly, which was huge. But I almost feel like he works better without a belt right now.
Yes.
He's just that kind of wrestler.
He's like Gunther said, he's the mascot.
Yeah. Yeah.
He comes out, does his dance, the crowd gets hyped,
People love him. I love
and
him.
he goes away. That's what he has to do.
I think Gunther keeps the belt again, and maybe your prediction will come right. But I still think Braun Breaker's going to keep it. But Gunther, boom.
All right. Josh, who you got?
I'm with you guys. I just don't see it happening. I'd want Jay to win it, but it just doesn't seem
It just makes no story
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Because especially if you are going to do anything with the bloodline, if that does become a thing, it doesn't make sense for
Yeah.
Jay to have a belt and
Well,
then
also the thing too is like if you think about it too, if they have Sheamus win Intercontinental Championship, you then could have Ludwig go after Sheamus,
right.
and then Ludwig could possibly win the Intercontinental Championship.
Then Jay go after
And then you
Ludwig.
have Gunther with the World Championship and have like Braun Breaker or someone going after him. And then the Imperium guys have the 2 belts. And it's like they're like the thing. Even though no one really gives 2 hoots about them whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Yeah, quick, easy, peasy. Should be a quick show. Nice show. They do have the, like we said, the main event will probably be the
Contract signing.
Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, handing over their belts to Shawn Michaels
Yes.
to sign their contracts and have their belts raised to the rafters.
For Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It should be fun. I actually am enjoying Kevin Owens as a bad guy right now.
I'm enjoying
It's been a
Kevin
lot
Owens
of
as a
fun.
bad guy, except for the fact they're doing the weird, I won the belt, so I get to keep the belt thing.
He just took it.
They just took.
He just took it. That's the whole gimmick.
And it's just like, I don't know. His character outside of that is great, but that part of his character is not good, in my opinion.
The
It's
belt
like
thing
you're
is
kinda
weird.
Like just making him into this weird guy
yeah.
that's delusional.
Yes, that's the whole
And,
thing.
like-
And he's like a spoiled little brat, and he
Yeah.
wants it. It's his belt. He stole it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just
Like
kind of
he's
fun.
calling himself the champion now.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
getting weird.
It's kind of
But
fun.
then the other weird thing
I
about
like
that is he calls himself the champion, but then will say, "I have to win the belt."
Yeah.
So it's like, are you the champion, or
well, he's also saying he.
but that's what I mean. It's like it's sort of weird how he's, because like in that thing he's with Sammy last night,
Yeah.
he's like, I want you to win the thing, and I want you so that way we fight for it because I'm the champion. But I have to beat Cody Rhodes to be the champion.
Right,
So it's like,
it's also
are you or are
confusing.
you?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like the shtick of it is confusing.
I get it because it's like you would be fighting
Brian.
Cody Rhodes on WrestleMania,
Yes.
but the way he speaks, it's very like, no, but I want you to fight me, but we're gonna
Because
come
I'm the champion, but I
together."
have to win the belt to be
Yeah.
the champion. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah. So it should be fun though.
Yeah. What is your addiction to talking to over there?
because he's talking towards me.
Josh was up, and then I just
Because he's on the monitor doesn't mean you have to talk to the monitor.
I like to look at him. I like to look at his face.
It's weird.
I can't help it. There, Steve, I'm looking there. No, Josh is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. Now he's got you. Can turn back here. That's right. I'm gonna give you a head mic instead of the
That's
Zoom mic
that's the
would give
main
you.
problem, Brian. Is you talk to me,
Yeah.
but you're looking away from your mic.
I know. We should have a monitor here and monitor here. So we
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
that's
get on
exactly
that.
what
I'll
we
go buy a
need.
monitor just
More
so you can-
monitors, Brian.
Just
so
to help
Brian,
you out. I can just
just
move
so
the monitor
Brian,
over here. I don't need to see
we
the
need,
monitor.
we need more monitors so Brian knows
No.
what's going
what we're gonna do
on.
from now on, we'll just move the monitor over here so Brian can watch it because I don't need to see myself. I don't want to look at myself.
I'm not looking at myself.
I don't need to look at Josh to talk to him.
And that's what I mean. Is you don't need to look at the.
I don't need to see him to talk to
all
him.
right.
So we could do that. We'll do that for you starting next week. We'll,
Okay, we
we'll
gotta
adjust that for you.
Thank you. We gotta wrap it up. Jesus. We gotta wrap this up.
So before we wrap it up, we do have last thing to do.
We do.
Since the last show, FOP of the show had a birthday. He turned 41. I'll throw his age out there. So
Wow.
Rocky, who we say goodbye to at the end of every episode,
Yeah.
had a birthday. So happy birthday to him.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Rocky.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know where to look. Should I look? I'm gonna look there.
At
Happy
the-
birthday,
yeah,
Rocky.
yeah.
You can do that.
Okay.
It's when you turn that
I
direction. that's the
got
problem.
you. Yeah.
We're working on getting him to possibly come in for our Superman review show,
Yeah.
which will be, I don't even know when
July.
Superman comes out. So.
July.
Oh, so
It's
not
yeah.
anytime soon.
We got time.
No, yeah.
Good.
We
Good.
have to figure out the setup for that.
I mean, it's just add a chair. He could be out. He could be in there with you, Josh.
No.
He
No
could be in
one.
the other room. We put a camera in there and a mic.
Yeah.
And he can have his
No,
own room.
like I said, I think the best way to do that would just be go on the other side of this.
Yeah, we'll
studio.
it's
We'll
not
figure-
that big of a
yeah,
thing.
let's not
It's
worry
not that
about
big
it
of a
now.
deal.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
need to
yeah.
go into this.
Happy
big
birthday,
detail.
Rocky.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yes. So with that, as always, we'll end the show with the be safe, be well, be kind.
Rewind and please like and subscribe. And good night, Bobby.
Good night, Rocky. Happy birthday again. See you, Howard.
Good night, y'all.
Just a bit outside.
I am so cold right now.